Breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
Apple deal delayed. The tech company says it needs more time to meet timelines for the state incentives plan.
And I'm tracking a cold front that could impact your holiday travel. Then the cold air will come rushing in behind it. I've got the timing for all of these changes coming up.
And revamping RTP. Modernization and new development are on the horizon. We're going to give you a preview of what you can expect ahead.
A strong cold front on the way could impact your travel plans. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Renee Chu.
And I'm Chris Lemmigan. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. Meteorologist Kat Campbell is here to show us when that rain moves into our area and just how cold it's going to get behind that front, Kat.
It will be much, much colder. First, we warm up, and then temperatures are able to really come crashing down just in time for Thanksgiving. The rain is moving through the North Carolina mountains right now. It really hasn't reached us yet, but it is expected to move in later this evening. So let's take a look at our new run of Futurecast. It shows the best chance for rain consistently with each new run that we've gotten since yesterday, mainly from the Triangle North and West. For anything that we would see around dinner time tonight, I wouldn't expect to see a lot of impacts, though, around the 5 o'clock commute. I think that threat would be more isolated. By midnight, we should have a much more active radar as those showers move in while most people are sleeping. 3 a.m., we've got some rain around the Triangle, and these scattered showers are around for the morning commute tomorrow. But notice we're mainly in the light green at this point. It doesn't look like it would be very heavy rain. Lunchtime, this is to our east, and things are improving for the rest of the day tomorrow. So if you plan on hitting the roads for your holiday travels during the evening, you'll be just fine. Only moderate impacts to the morning commute tomorrow since it's primarily light rain, but you will want your rain gear. During the afternoon, the roads are drying out, showers are out of here, and we'll see the cold temperatures really push in tomorrow night. During the day tomorrow, we come near record highs, a high of 74, but watch how the cold air comes rushing in. It's a sharp line to the blue, and it's getting here just in time for Thanksgiving Day. Thanksgiving, nice and dry, but just 53 degrees. It's going to get a lot colder than this, though, and I'll have the timing of that coming up.
And we are following that breaking news regarding Apple here in the WRAL Live Center. Apple's stalled plans for the Triangle are getting a blessing from state officials. This morning, commerce officials agreed to push back key economic incentives deadlines for the company by 4 years. Apple has been planning this new RTP campus and has planned to hire 3,000 workers by the end of 2034. It agreed to a deal in 2021, including $800 million in incentives, but only if it hit annual investment and hiring targets. Now, the company last year pressed pause on the campus, delaying it by about 4 years, but said at the time it had already created 600 jobs under the deal. Sean Gallagher will have much more on this coming up today at 4. And speaking of RTP, while that is on hold, Durham leaders have given the green light to revamp Research Triangle Park as we know it. Wake County leaders are on board as well. Soon, RTP will be a space where you can live, work, and play. Might even have this. WRL's Monica Casey is live there now. And Monica, this revamping, this involves big changes for RTP.
That's right. This change lets companies reimagine their campuses here at RTP for more developments like this one. It has been in the works for years. RTP has had a single zoning type since it was established decades ago. Low density development with large landscape buffers and office buildings that are mostly single use. Renderings show just how major this change will be. Rezoning will allow for a wider range of uses than what's at RTP right now. For example, retail, restaurants, and housing. Durham County Commissioners were unanimously in favor of the change.
This plan really embodies the values and the desires that our community wants to have more to have a work, live, play environment and, housing and having walkable communities, a multimodal vision.
Other elected officials call this change transformational and exciting. The new zoning district is called University and College 3, or UC3. Now, when it comes to next steps, the Research Triangle Foundation says they will work with RTP owners and tenants to create development guidelines for what's going to be here, likely starting next year. Live at RTP, Monica Casey, WRAL News.
We know people have already begun traveling for the Thanksgiving holiday here. We've got this camera here at I-40 and Aviation Parkway. People headed from the airport, people headed to the airport. And if you haven't left the house by now for your road trip, you may want to wait a little while. That's because the afternoon hours are the most congested for drivers. When returning home, travelers are advised to hit the road before noon on any day except Monday. Now, as for air travel, Michelle McConaughey is checking on them in the WRAL Live Center at airports. Michelle, what's the misery level on that misery map there?
Yeah, Chris, it's already busy. This is a live look at RDU this afternoon. We just saw a plane take off. A lot of people will be going to the airport this week to travel for Thanksgiving. Right now, according to FlightAware, total delays right now, 1,932, 56 cancellations so far all throughout the country. Just to put that into perspective, delays this morning when I was tracking this around 8 o'clock, there were about 500 delays. So those delays have definitely increased over the morning and afternoon. Right now, 21 delays at RDU, only one cancellation. But if you head across to Charlotte, look at this, 54 delays, no cancellations there. So we say it all the time, but if you do have a flight, make sure you check it before you head out the door and give yourself plenty of time to get there.
Michelle, thank you. Urban Ministries of Wake County is teaming up with the Carolina Hurricanes to give away turkeys ahead of Thanksgiving. The giveaway takes place at the Lenovo Center in about an hour. WRAL's Carly Haynes joins us live at the donation site. Carly, what's happening there?
Well, Renee, this is the 15th year that the Canes have done some form of Thanksgiving meal giveaway, but this is the first time that it's happening outside at the Lenovo Center. So we want to show you the spread here. Hundreds of meals. Volunteers have been putting these together since 10 o'clock this morning, and there are about 1,500 meals here total. So they've been very busy, and I want to show you what's inside each one. So anybody in need, this is going to be the bag that they get. It includes a pie, some fruit, some potatoes. This is going to be separate from a turkey or ham that they can pick up as well. And then the actual giveaway part of this starts at 1 o'clock. It goes until 3:30. And then some of the Canes players, they're in there right now for their morning practice. They're going to come out here and help with this distribution starting at 1 o'clock. Players like Jacob Slavin and Sebastian Aho. Now, Canes partnered with different food relief, hunger relief organizations to put this together. So you mentioned Urban Ministries. We also have Raleigh Food Shuttle, Helping Hands, and then, of course, the food bank. The need is so great right now, so we're going to have all of the people who are coming for these meals drive up here for that food distribution event. And the Canes players are going to be very busy. You know, they have their game against the Rangers tomorrow. That'll be on WRAL. So we're going to be here and see how they're spending their time ahead of that game.
And just one of the many ways the Canes help off the ice. Carly, thank you. Hockey for the holidays is back on WRAL. Watch the Carolina Hurricanes clash with their division rival, the New York Rangers, in this pre-feast face-off. Coverage is this Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on WRAL.
Yeah, games you don't want to miss. So for the past 4 hours, the Wake County School Board has been in the interview process to fill a vacant seat on the board. That opening was made available when longtime board member Lindsay McCaffey resigned earlier this year. Ken Smith is watching the proceedings. You've been doing that this afternoon, Ken. They're set to pick that next board member today.
Yeah, Chris, that's the plan. The interview started just after 8 this morning. The school board right now is on a lunch break for about 10-15 minutes.
The oldest survivor of the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre has died. Viola Ford Fletcher died Monday at 111 years old. She was just a little girl when a white mob destroyed Tulsa's Greenwood district, torching roughly 35 city blocks. Thousands of black residents were arrested. Others were beaten and killed. Insurance companies denied many claims for property damage. Fletcher spent her life fighting for reparations. Last year, the Oklahoma Supreme Court dismissed a lawsuit arguing the city should compensate the remaining survivors for damages. It appears the Reverend Jesse Jackson will celebrate Thanksgiving at home with family. The 84-year-old civil rights leader has been released from a Chicago hospital after receiving treatment for a rare neurological disorder. Family says he had also been receiving treatment to stabilize his blood pressure after a significant drop over the weekend.
LA Dodgers superstar Shohei Ohtani plans to play for Japan in next year's World Baseball Classic. Japan defeated Team USA in 2023, and Ohtani was named MVP. The World Baseball Classic takes place before the opening of the Major League Baseball season. Ohtani helped LA win back-to-back World Series titles. No surprise there. They threw a lot of money at that man. All right, move over, Buckies. Dolly Parton is getting into the travel stop business. Dolly partnered with a travel stop team to rebrand its flagship location about 30 miles north of the Alabama line. The plan is to add more locations in the coming years, rivaling other travel centers. Dolly's Tennessean travel stop is being touted as more than a place to refuel, but a place to recharge the spirit. It's scheduled to open next summer.
Wow, I want to recharge my spirit. Well, get ready for the return of a Thanksgiving Day staple. The National Dog Show began in 1879. It has been held every year since 1933. Mark Barger talked to the show's host about how it came to be and how it's flourished.
That goal is that Best in Show ribbon.
When the film comedy Best in Show debuted 25 years ago,
He went after her like she's made out of ham.
it gave an NBC executive an idea, and he reached out to John O'Hurley.
The phone rang, I picked it up and I said hello, and on the other end was John Miller going, woof, woof.
And out of that conversation,
Hello everyone, happy Thanksgiving.
came what has become a new holiday tradition.
We take great pride in what we do every Thanksgiving Day for all the families that are gathered around waiting for the turkey to come out.
Nearly 2,000 of the top dogs in the country.
Thursday will mark the 24th year that O'Hurley and David Fry have co-hosted the National Dog Show presented by Purina, with Mary Carrillo offering
There he goes again. Always wanted to get attention, that one.
her own unique slant on the proceedings.
They are the only athletes I've ever covered that, I get to hug and they get to lick my face and they make me smile all day long.
The smiles were especially big last year.
The pug, David, how about that?
When a pug named Vito won Best in Show.
Some of these dogs know they're stars. When they walk in there and they know that they're the center of attention.
This year, the Danish-Swedish farm dog debuts among the 202 breeds competing for the 2025 crown.
The Alaskan Malamute, the Siberian Husky.
I get to see all these magnificent animals and get to talk to their owners and their handlers and find out so much about them. It's such an education for me.
And for the spectators, they can go backstage to see the dogs close up.
Getting to walk up and ask about the dog, getting to tell everyone all about my breed. That was honestly the most exciting part.
And that makes it fun for everybody to say, I've never seen that dog before. Tell me, what's the deal on that dog? What's the deal on the poodle haircut?
It makes for a day that, despite its unlikely roots, has carved its own Turkey Day niche.
But everybody has a smile on their face, and it's a testament to what dogs are in our lives. They make us smile.
And that is a win by any measure. Mark Barker, NBC Entertainment.
You can't help but smile when you see the dog show, right? The National Dog Show follows the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade Thursday morning here on WRAL. Do you watch it with Cha-Cha?
So we watched a little bit last year.
I wonder if she barks at the screen.
She couldn't be in the show, though. But I can tell you right now, if she were not doing meteorology, I know for a fact that Kat Campbell would love to be a part of that show.
I know. It's one of my dream jobs is to be one of the dog show announcers. They've got it made. I love watching it every year. My whole family, it gets really involved. It's like a Thanksgiving football game at our household. But okay, let's talk weather here. We've got a huge change coming and you won't want to be caught off guard. We go from 74 for the high tomorrow, a 21-degree drop down to 53 degrees for the high on Thanksgiving Day. And that is going to come with a breeze as well. So look at the line here. You'll notice just how sharp it is, that drop in temperatures that's on the way. We'll see the cold air push in behind it starting Thanksgiving. But look at these low temperatures. This is when you're really going to notice a drastic change. 60 degrees is as chilly as we get tonight. And then Thursday morning, for Thanksgiving morning, we drop down to 42 degrees. Friday morning, 31. And when you wake up Saturday morning, 26 degrees. That's not even the wind chill. It could feel more like the low 20s in spots, but the mornings are when you're going to really need the big coats again. Now, the turkey trot forecast, especially if you're running a pretty long distance, won't be all that bad. It's almost better for it to be a little cooler. 43 degrees at 9 a.m. By 11 a.m., 47. We'll put it this way. It could be a lot colder than that in November. As we look ahead, though, the rest of the day, Thanksgiving will be nice and dry. 50 degrees at 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock. And if you hold off on your Thanksgiving meal until dinner time, temperatures will be in the mid-60s at that time. By noon, right around 48 degrees. Your forecast highs across the state for Thanksgiving looking pretty good. 53 in Raleigh, 56 in Fayetteville. That 59 was sunshine. Doesn't sound too bad in Wilmington. Boone and Asheville will be quite chilly if you are headed to the west. Here comes the rain, though. We still have to get through rain chances before the cold air gets here. And you can start to see the rain getting a little bit closer to us. The clouds are here right now. This is a live look in Pittsburgh from Doherty's Irish Restaurant and Pub. It's cloudy for the most part, but not too bad out there right now. Rain chances just 20% through the afternoon. It's not until closer to the evening commute and dinner time that chance goes up. Even then, it's just a 30% chance. The better chance for rain would come overnight into Wednesday morning. It's just morning rain tomorrow, and then the rest of the day looking nice and dry. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all dry as well. We are going to need to keep an eye on Sunday's forecast for potential rain for your travel home. Here's the thing. Rain chances are not yet set in stone on Sunday. Things could still change there, so stay tuned for updates and bring your WRAL weather app with you during the week if you're traveling. It'll work in your location that you're traveling to, but then you can check back in at your home forecast for Sunday. A couple of warm days, but enjoy it while you can because temperatures are really going to drop behind this front. 47 is the high on Friday, 49 on Saturday. The Duke and Wake Forest game and UNC-NC State game Saturday will be chilly. Maybe plan on chili for the tailgates.
Oof. November just keeps switching it up on us. All right, 20s. Oof. Immigration and housing. The vice president claims the housing shortage is tied to an influx of immigrants. Today on WRAL News at 4, we will fact check that claim.
And Amazon holiday preparations. The fulfillment center in Garner is getting ready to ship out gifts this season. Today on WRAL News at 5, 5 on your side gives us an inside look of that holiday rush. Pushed out. Some local businesses say they are not cashing in on the holiday shopping season. 5 on your side will also explain how you can support them.
Holiday weight gain. This time of year is filled with joy and togetherness, which could come with sweets and casseroles. Later, why dietitians say there is no need to throw on a side of guilt with your holiday faves. It's the busiest shopping season of the year, but some local businesses say they've been left out in the cold. 5 on your side's Keely Arthur shows why dozens of Triangle vendors are suddenly without a place to sell and how you can still support them.
5 on your side has heard from businesses at the mall and the fairgrounds who say they've been pushed out and cut out just ahead of the biggest shopping season. Vendors inside the fairgrounds education and commercial buildings are no more for at least the next 7 months as the state-owned buildings temporarily close for renovations.
Financially, it's going to hit us pretty hard.
Just 6 miles away, a similar yet more permanent situation at Crabtree Valley Mall, where the mall, under new ownership and a new design plan, left no space for the kiosks, also called retail merchandising units, at Crabtree seen previously in the walkways.
A lot of these businesses were relying on that income or the potential to make that money in the hottest season of the year.
Coming up tonight at 6, I'm going to show you how you can still support these businesses. And I asked the people who decided on these changes why they didn't give the owners more notice. Keely Arthur, 5 on your side.
Shopping this holiday season just got easier. OpenAI is rolling out a new shopping research feature in ChatGPT. Any shopping question triggers it, and users can narrow down items by price, use, and features. You'll still buy through the retailer's website for now, but OpenAI plans to add instant checkout inside ChatGPT. All users get nearly unlimited usage of the assistant during the holiday season.
State Attorney General Jeff Jackson is joining more than 20 other states calling for Shopify to ban companies selling illegal products through its site. This is happening because the company was accused of allowing vendors to sell e-cigarettes to children. 24 other attorneys general signed on to that letter. And according to the state attorney general's office, nearly 30 illegal sites are hosted on Shopify's server. Actually, the WRAL documentary team investigated a dozen stores in Wake County. We wanted to see if they would sell vapes to young people. You can watch Gen V, teen vaping in North Carolina on WRAL.com. It's in the documentary section.
Gas up and go. More cars are on the road this noon hour. The good news you'll find at the pump.
All in moderation. No need to skip your Thanksgiving favorites, especially the mac and cheese. How you can enjoy your meal and maintain your fitness goal. And we do have a look at your winning NC Education lottery numbers.
Now, breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
Breaking at 12:30, deal delayed. More than 4 years after it announced plans to expand an RTP, Apple is asking for a reset. WRAL's Sean Gallagher is downtown where the state's Economic Investment Committee just wrapped up a regular meeting. Sean.
Yeah, a deal that's delayed but not done whatsoever. State officials approved that request by Apple to reset their deadlines, and they tell me this is not an indication by the tech giant that it's wavering on its commitment here in the Triangle. Now, this morning, commerce officials agreed to push back those key economic incentive deadlines by 4 years. Apple's plan focused on a new RTP campus with plans to hire 3,000 workers by the end of 2034, and that plan was announced in 2021 with more than $800 million in incentives to be paid out in segments, but only if Apple hit its annual investment and hiring targets. This delay essentially moving the goalposts of some sort so the company can have more time to meet those targets and receive those lucrative incentives offered by the state.
This is a very complex puzzle, economic development, and sometimes it takes longer than we expect, but we feel really good about their commitment to the state, and again, looking forward to them coming here soon.
Now, this news comes on the heels of a delay announced last year when the company announced it was hitting pause on the project by about 4 years, while also saying it had already created at least 600 jobs under that deal. Now, in this same meeting today, the Economic Investment Committee agreed to terminate incentive deals for 2 other companies at their request. Those that kind of idea could still happen here with Apple should they not meet these deadlines in the future. But this delay provides assurances on both sides to make sure that Apple stays focused here in the Triangle. In Raleigh, Sean Gallagher, WRAL News.
Well, the roads are only going to get busier as this week progresses. AAA is predicting a record-breaking Thanksgiving weekend for travel. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey explains what you can expect on the road.
Today marks the official start of the holiday travel season. You can see all the cars here on I-40 near the Harrison Avenue exit here in Wake County, and it's going to get a lot busier over these next few days. AAA estimates more than 2 million North Carolinians will hit the road this week. Check out the best and worst travel times. The worst time to travel today is between noon and 9 o'clock. The worst time to travel tomorrow is from 11 to 8. And if you're headed back home on Friday, you should avoid driving between 1 and 7. The best time to travel all 3 days is in the morning. The sooner you hit the road, the better. Tiffany Wright with AAA explains why Thanksgiving Day is a good time to travel.
And the sweet spot would be if your travel plans allow you to drive to your destination on Thanksgiving Day. There'll be minimal traffic as everybody's already pretty much at their destinations.
For more info on all things holiday travel, head to WRAL.com. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News in Wake County.
And travelers are keeping their eyes on gas prices all week. I mean, look at these prices right here across our state. According to AAA, the prices for a gallon of gas in Raleigh is around $2.82, for Greensboro, $2.79, and in Charlotte, $2.81. Even though gas prices in the state are lower, drivers want to see those prices drop even more.
A North Carolina state senator's legislative assistant is due in court in about an hour. Diane Cook is charged with arson. Cook works for Senator Norman Sanderson. He represents 8 eastern North Carolina counties. According to a warrant, Cook set fire to a Raleigh couple's home last week while they were inside it. We've reached out to State Senator Sanderson's office as well as to Senate Leader Phil Berger. We have not received a response. A preliminary investigation shows a house fire that killed a Halifax County couple was likely caused by electrical issues. Greg and Margaret Terry were found dead inside their home on Loop Road in Enfield late Saturday night. Investigators say the home is a total loss. We spoke to a woman who lived next door to the Terrys for nearly 30 years. She tells WRAL they were pillars in the community.
This home was the home base. They were the couple that really was the glue for their family. That's one piece of peace that we can have in this situation, just knowing that they are together.
We've reached out to the family of Greg and Margaret Terry. They asked for privacy and prayer.
A local endurance event that raises money to help people and freedom from addiction wrapped up with an impressive result. 74 runners completed the 24-hour course, including one relay team of 7 people. Dozens more joined that event, including one cockatoo cheering along the sidelines throughout the day and night. As of Sunday, the event raised more than $208,000 to support people seeking addiction recovery and support services. Since 2018, Oakwood 24 has raised more than $1 million for healing transitions. 2 Panthers are among the semifinals and the semifinalists, I should say, in this year's Pro Football Hall of Fame. Linebacker Luke Kuechly and wide receiver Steve Smith, Sr., remain among the 26 names announced this morning. Kuechly is an automatic finalist after finishing in the final 7 last year. Smith was a finalist for the first time last year, getting to the final 15 after 4 years as a semifinalist.
And happening right now in the WRAL Live Center, President Trump has just pardoned 2 turkeys right before Thanksgiving. It's an annual tradition. Gobble and waddle the turkeys. Here they are. After the ceremony at the White House, the birds will head back to North Carolina. They're from North Carolina. They're from eastern North Carolina, a farm in Wayne County. So they will head back here to North Carolina and spend whatever days they have left at NC State, which is also pretty cool. President Kennedy technically pardoned the first turkey in 1963, but then President George H.W. Bush, he formalized the modern day event back in 1989.
We wish Gobble and Waddle a long, happy life at NC State. Well, free video library, the story behind this throwback to Blockbuster and how it's re-sparking discovery.
And epic window browsing, we're going to show you the big Apple showcases that are filled with holiday magic.
Remember, you can watch WRAL News live anytime on WRAL.com or the WRAL app on your streaming device.
Firefighters and union leaders in New York City are demanding answers after the discovery of previously undisclosed record about the 9/11 attacks. Some documents reveal first responders were exposed to toxins at Ground Zero, and the city knew about it but never shared. Since the terror attacks, 400 members of the New York Fire Department have died from illnesses linked to Ground Zero toxins.
New York City firefighters demand to know who in New York City government hid those documents all the way back in the beginning and continued to keep those documents held all these years. We really need to know who lied then and who kept this lie, alive by hiding all the information.
New York Mayor Eric Adams' office released a statement that reads in part, quote, "While we cannot comment on the specifics of the pending litigation, the city has begun turning over the documents to the plaintiff's counsel."
Closing arguments are underway in a defamation lawsuit filed by Megan Pete, better known as Megan Thee Stallion. The Grammy Award-winning rapper is suing a Texas-based social media personality, Milagro Cooper. Pete accuses Cooper of promoting a deep, fake AI pornographic video of her in an attempt to discredit the rapper for testifying against Tory Lanez. He is serving a 10-year sentence for shooting Pete in the foot in 2020. A 65-year-old woman is being treated at a hospital in Thailand after her brother nearly had her cremated alive. Staff at a Buddhist temple posted a video on Facebook showing the moment they found her lying in the coffin in the back of a pickup truck. He took her to the temple for a free cremation, but they refused the coffin because there was no death certificate. And that's when the temple manager heard the woman inside knocking. The woman's brother said she had been bedridden for about 2 years, and he thought she had stopped breathing.
Pop-up video rentals, how one New York resident is reliving the old days the days of old, I should say, with a makeshift Blockbuster shop. Plus this.
It's a lot easier to make healthier decisions when we're not hungry.
Saving calories? There's no such thing. As you prepare for holiday gatherings, do not skip meals. Tried and true advice from a registered dietitian on how you can stay fit and healthy during the holidays.
Hey there, Pittsburgh. Hope you're having a good day today. As you can see, just a little overcast. The skies there and a pretty decent fall day. As you're watching WRAL News, available on Spectrum and the WRAL app on your TV or your streaming device. Okay, so if you have any kids in the room, let's tell them a story. Once upon a time, before streaming, before YouTube, people had to go to the video store to rent movies on DVDs and VHS tapes. The last one's kind of like a book, but it's something you put in a machine. It's a whole thing. Well, the last corporate-owned Blockbuster store closed in 2014, but one New Yorker is joining a national effort to bring back the business. The concept is simple. Take a DVD and leave one behind for the next person. It's a chance for the homeowner to revisit some classics. His wife says that the project is a breath of fresh air, and she offers paperbacks for users who need to take a break from the television screen.
It's really cool to see parents walking their kids down the street and stopping by and peeking. And I think they're usually kids' videos too. I don't pay as much attention to what goes in the video thing.
Well, may want to just double check, make sure nothing probably shouldn't be in there, gets in there. A single privately owned franchise store in Bend, Oregon remains open, making it the last Blockbuster in the world.
Take one home and then dust off the DVD player. Well, the holidays are a time to gather together and express gratitude. But for those striving to maintain a healthy lifestyle, it can feel like a minefield of dietary pitfalls. Barb Consiglio shares how you can enjoy your holiday favorites and pick right back where you left off in the new year.
Joshua Walker is usually very disciplined in his diet and exercise routine. But when it comes to special occasions with family, he allows a little wiggle room.
If grandma made an apple pie that you just looking at and it's just speaking your name, like just go eat it. Eat a slice. Like it's not going to hurt you.
If you can point to your belly button for me.
Registered dietitian Sarah Ream agrees, emphasizing there's no need to include a side of guilt with holiday treats.
Those holidays come around once a year. It's absolutely okay to indulge in those special once-a-year traditional recipes and special foods every once in a while.
Ream says consistency is key and that healthy habits will not be derailed by a few cookies or casseroles. Yet a new national survey by Orlando Health finds nearly 2 in 5 Americans worry about how much they eat over the holidays.
I see more anxiety about weight gain than I do see actual weight gain around the holidays.
The survey also found many combat overindulgence with misguided measures that may be counterproductive, like the 25% of people who believe they should skip meals to save calories before holiday gathering.
It's a lot easier to make healthier decisions when we're not hungry.
Or the 1/3 who think their body needs a cleanse or detox once the holidays are over, which Ream says can lead to low blood sugar or disrupt microbiome in the gut.
The liver and the kidneys do a great job of removing toxins from the body already, and they don't really need our help with juices and other, marketed supplements and things like that.
Instead, seek guidance from a registered dietitian.
You know that if somebody has an RD after their name, you can trust the nutrition information that you're getting from them.
It was Ream's expertise and assessment that helped Joshua develop a plan to help his healthy habits prevail in the new year.
You can always get back on track. You don't have to just fall off and then keep falling because of a holiday.
Don't let that derail you. That was Barb Consiglio reporting. Remember, small, healthy changes over time will make a big impact over a longer period of time. And during the holidays, just give yourself grace, right?
Give yourself grace. Don't overindulge, but at the same time, it's the holidays. Enjoy a little food, right?
Yeah. All in moderation.
All in moderation. All right, same with rain. All in moderation with it there, Kat Campbell. But we know that we're not expecting any washout, but a little rain in the forecast.
Exactly. It's going to be spotty. It's going to be pretty light heading into this evening and tonight. tonight. But a heads up, we do have the potential for some rain as we head into the later evening hours. During the day, though, we're pretty dry. Temperatures hold steady, though. That's the thing about cloud cover. It's almost like a blanket over top of us, and it helps to kind of trap some of that milder air at the surface. So temperatures this evening are quite nice. Looking ahead, here comes the rain, though. We've got a chance for some rain. As it moves in from the west, though, it will initially break up. I think it's really this batch back here that would actually get here during the overnight hours. The cold front is what brings the rain, and we've got a couple of showers expected tonight into Wednesday morning. After lunchtime tomorrow, no more rain chances, which is good news for the rush hour of traffic that we typically see after 5 o'clock the day before Thanksgiving. Near record warmth, though, tomorrow ahead of the front, pretty strong southwest wind to drive up temperatures. And behind the front, a sharp cool down for Thanksgiving and Black Friday. And you will want to be prepared for this because we go from 74 degrees tomorrow, way cooler than that on Thanksgiving Day. Check out the temperatures: 66 in Atlanta tomorrow, 70 in New Orleans, 84 in Miami. Tomorrow there is still a little bit of rain left over for the East Coast, mainly early in the day. At this point, it doesn't look like it'll have a big impact on air travel, especially for Atlanta. That looks good. We'll watch New York City for maybe some slight impacts, and it would be Chicago, the other area to watch, with the potential for some snow tomorrow. But Thanksgiving Day, a pretty clear map across the country. This is about as good as you're going to get in terms of rain and snow for the country, not affecting too many areas. However, it is going to be a lot colder. Thanksgiving, 53 degrees, the high in Raleigh, and perhaps some lake effect snow in parts of the Midwest and the Great Lakes. Here comes the cold, though. Behind the front, the Arctic air pushes in. It makes its way into the Carolinas starting Thursday and really locks in for Friday morning, Black Friday. If you're headed out early to do some of your shopping, 25 degrees in Raleigh, 26 is what it'll feel like with the wind chill in Fayetteville, 3 in Boone, 12 in Asheville. Believe it or not, it's going to be even colder as we head into Saturday morning. So if you're a fan of the warmth, make the most of tomorrow. Just that chance for rain up until lunchtime. The rest of it looking dry for the day. So you should be able to get outside and enjoy some of the warm weather. The wind will pick up, though, as we start to see our wind direction shift. That's what finally delivers that push of cooler air for the holiday. And we'll stay pretty chilly Friday and Saturday. Highs just in the upper 40s. Sunday, a chance for rain. That round of rain still has some uncertainty in regards to the timing, so stay tuned for updates. And if you're traveling, just bring the WRAL weather app with you. That way you can check in before you head back home.
All right, thank you, Kat. Making a splash. An annual Sand Sculpture Festival is back, and it is bigger than ever when organizers plan to bring that event back for a reprise.
And here's a look at your winning Powerball numbers. We have 8, 16, 26, 30, and 58. The Powerball is 14. The multiplier is 2. As we wrap things up, here's a look at a few of the headlines we're following today. Durham leaders have given the green light to revamp Research Triangle Park. Wake County leaders are on board as well. New renderings show how RTP will transform, becoming a space to live, work, and play. This change lets companies reimagine their campuses. The Research Triangle Foundation will work with RTP owners and tenants to adopt development standards and improve design guidelines.
State officials are pushing back the timeline for Apple to make good on job creation targets in the Triangle. Today, a North Carolina Department of Commerce committee voted to adjust the timeline for the state's ongoing incentives deal with the company. The project is meant to build a large campus in RTP. It was expected to create 3,000 jobs in Wake County by the end of 2034. Much more on what's happening. That's coming up on our evening news starting at 4 o'clock.
Today marks the official start of the Thanksgiving travel season, and it is expected to break records. AAA predicts more than 2 million North Carolinians will hit the road this week. They say gas is 5 to 10 cents cheaper per gallon this Thanksgiving compared to last. The best time to travel is in the morning.
Times Square unveiled a revamped New Year's Eve ball, and this is the 9th version of it. It's covered in 5,200 Waterford crystal. That's nearly twice the amount of its predecessor. And for the first time, it features circular crystals. The crystals come in 3 sizes. Each size features its own unique design, which will change every year.
Saks Fifth Avenue's flagship store in New York City is decked out for the holidays. The iconic store revealed its famed center 6 holiday window displays. The Radio City Rockettes were also on hand for the unveiling. This year marks the return of the Holiday Light Show. The festive lights illuminate Fifth Avenue every 10 minutes from 5 p.m. until 11 p.m. through early January.
A popular sand sculpture festival is back after it was canceled last year due to extreme weather. A standing ovations free sand sculpture, I just got that, sorry, competition returned to Treasure Island after a 2-year hiatus. Hurricanes Helene and Milton made last year's event impossible. The event takes place around Thanksgiving to bring a financial boost ahead of the holidays. The city is planning to hold the festival for an encore weekend after Thanksgiving.
Our pet of the day comes to us from the Triangle Beagle Rescue. Pippa is a happy-to-go-lucky Beagle mix who loves snuggling on laps and snoozing in comfy beds. She enjoys walks, playful zooms, and proudly tossing a ball into the air for a solo game of chase. Pippa is well-mannered in the home, house-trained, and settles nicely in her crate once she feels safe. To learn more about adopting Pippa, go to trybeagles.org.
Shopping battle brewing. Tech giants are developing AI assistants to help you shop online. Coming up on WRAL News at 4, how it could determine the future of online retail.
Thanks for spending time with us. NBC News Daily is next on WRAL. Your next local news update in 30 minutes.
And don't forget, you can always get your breaking news updates anytime with our WRAL News app. We hope you have a blessed day today.
Keep watching WRAL News over the air Channel 34 and Spectrum Channel 1257.